So probably we can see maybe at least 2, maybe more. First, you must be good at drawing. That the first thing you need to be like to become an architect. Why? Because an architect needs to be able to put their ideas on paper. You have to be good at drawing because you need to be able to, you have to have that ability to put your ideas on paper. You have to have the ability to put your ideas on paper. You have to good at drawing. The first step to become good at drawing is making a sketch. We talk about the word of the building or any building, so you go and out building. Oh, that's a nice building. Sketch is nice. That's the drawing. Becoming a good become an architect. So sketch is draws a simple drawing of that building. Sketch. This sketch right is not very delicious. It's just a very simple, quick drawing. But it's have you to know what the building will looking like. Even architects who are working, who have all because they're training, they still to be because they want to know, or they want to know for themselves what is their buildings going to look like. Think of designing a sports stadium. How many people doesn't need to fit where with this water? So when it rains, so you see, if you are going to plan a buildings, if you are going to draw the design for a building of the blueprint for a building, have to you okay. For example, how many people are going to be able to fit in this building? How many seats are you going to put fit? Find fit is means to have 4 men. People can fit is building. How many seats? And there's 10,000. People is 50,000. Many people can fit in the stadium. Also, you need to think about practical ideas. Where will the water go when it rains? Rain on is the building is a lot of water. We will the soccer field of the baseball want the water to go away. Design the building so it makes the rain water. So always many things. Think about how would people live in emergencies. That's another thing architects have to consider or make now, right? So could be a thick earthquake. The architect needs to think how will people live quickly and easily, and obviously quickly. And so the architect needs to imagine all the possibility, right? We talk about 3. How many people will fit in the stadium? It in rains. Where does the water go if there's an emergency? How can people live quickly? Those are only 3. There are many possibilities. Many possibilities. Things that could happen to the building. The architect needs to think about all of those possibilities. Who needs to imagine that is will? Who need to imagine the one way think about all the possibility? An architect must think like an engineer. We talk about engineer before in the vocabulary. Engineers design buildings and also machines. Engineers have to think about all the different functions of a machine or the possibility use or possibility thing that we can go wrong with a machine or building or whatever they are making. So in this similar to engineer because they have to think like an engineer. So okay, the look the feel of a building is just as important as its function. So what we are comparing, we of the buildings, right? That's important is just as important as its function. So we are comparing these 2 things and we are saying they are both equal in importance. So we talk about for the function, how many people will fit in it, what happens when it rains. Is there an emergency kind of the function of the buildings, right? Of course, the main that people, but you have to think about all the other things that these function, but the important possibility, but just as important is how does the building looking, how does is feel when you look it for me, when you have to inside right away. The important is the not less, this is more the same, the same important as the function, also function of the building important, but also how it looks and how it feels is just as important. So think of a large office building, it needs to have plenty of space, right, origin soon to function. The good in the building and they are going this the jobs is related the function well because it's to be functioned. This there's function where people have to buildings and real like buildings near myself and real wind about in that building themselves. And goodbye. See you again. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening. Bye bye.